Big Beard and Friends. Episode 278. In Your Head. Welcome, everybody, to episode 278, Big Beard and Friends. Tonight I'm going to talk about In Your Head. But first and foremost, as I say week after week after week, I hope that you heal from whatever it is you're not talking about and nobody knows. You know, the stuff that makes you really feel inadequate sometimes, the stuff that we go through, the things that make you really, well, once again, get in your head. I think for most of us, I think that being in your head so long your own self, I think that it can be a dangerous thing. Not only can it be dangerous, it can be detrimental to your health, your mental status, as I have had episodes on before. Now, once again, I'm just someone giving you experiences as being older. And here at Big Beard and Friends, I talk about everything under the sun, including the sun. If you're not a religious person and you're watching me, that's fine. If you don't believe in Christ, that's fine. If you don't go to church, that's fine. I welcome all kind to my channel because I'm speaking from my experience and I'll never offend anybody. And if I do, please let me know. That's not my demeanor. I'll often say that I get along with everybody. Everybody doesn't get along with me. I don't think I'm perfect. I don't think what I say somebody can't add to or say, hey, well, you ever thought about it this way? You ever do? But that's fine. But I want to be approachable. Come to me and ask me things or tell me something or correct me in that fashion. So here at my show, this passion project that I'm doing, and I'm going to keep going to 1,000. You've been here since day one. Thank you. If you ever just listen, thank you. I've had a lot of people tell me they don't always watch me. They listen to me put it on. I've had a guy say he exercises and puts it in the cubby hole. That's cool. No matter what, not everything I say is going to be for everybody. I don't care what or who or how or who, what shape, form, fashion, red, white, black, candy, striped. I don't care. I'm speaking from my experiences in hopes that it can tell and let others know that there is hope. If somebody says, well, what makes you so special? I had a guy tell me that one time. Who wants to hear you, Blake? I said, first off, the name's Big Beard, and I'm here to tell you that everybody is not okay, and it's okay to not be okay, and bullies and people like you are what try to bring people down, and I'm not the one, and you're not him, and I'm not going to answer to you because I don't have to obey this part of my life when it comes to you bullying me to believe what you're saying. You dig? Stop getting inside of your head. When we get inside of our head, you know what happens? You have a chance to think, right? You have a chance to think about life, to think about what's going on, right? Yeah. If you really go deep in your mind and you try to maintain what's going on around you. A cousin of mine wrote a song, that's why I used that like that. Deep in my mind, I try to maintain. And let me tell you something, it's hard for a lot of us to even wake up, to even think. They have no hope. So a lot of us do turn to the Savior, do turn to Christ. And that's okay. If you are not that person, the message can still be for you. Listen to what I'm saying, not necessarily how I'm saying it. I like to think that I have a message about everything I speak because it's from experience. Let me tell you something. Christ has changed my life. I'm not right. I'm not perfect. Oh man, I'm not perfect. I don't even know if they would allow me to record and let the camera stay on that long if I could give you my list of my own negatives. Man, I hate it when people think that. You got to be perfect to have a relationship with Christ, or he's not going to like me because I can't have a religion and I can't do this and I can't find a church. Listen, tonight's episode is about getting in your head. So one of those things is if in your head you think that you can't get further than Christ and you don't want that life with him and you don't want to repent and you don't want to look up and say, hey, you died for me because you loved me, you hung on that cross, then maybe the message is not for you. But really what I'm getting at is when you get in your head, you know what happens? Can be very, very, very important. You got to understand that when you look at somebody, not everything might be what it seems, and not everything is not what you think it's not. In other words, don't judge a book by its cover. Stop it. We need to see the world in different frames, in different styles, in different angles. Why? Because it helps to understand, once again, what you're working with. And if you keep looking one way when you're not supposed to, you're going to miss out on where the angle really is and what you really need to do. Now listen, all joking aside, I really want to bring this episode tonight to your attention because stay out of your own head. If someone makes you feel after you gave your heart, your soul, your everything to, if the situation calls for it, I say a person because this is where it's the most with most people, folks. If that person, if that place, I'm gonna stick to the relationships right now, okay? If that relationship, companionship that you have, someone in it makes you truly feel like you need to be under their domain, under their order, you need to obey them. And once again, you get that gut feeling that it ain't right and it's wicked as you say, and you say, look, go with it. I told a good friend of mine recently, and maybe this will help somebody, to stop thinking the way he's thinking because he is somebody. He does inspire me and he's younger than me, but it doesn't matter because you're younger than me. I even understand that age doesn't have a number to stop at when it comes to inspiration. And I admire him and I'm inspired by him. And I know he probably thought I was just full of crap, but let me tell you something. I wasn't. I've watched him grow. Now in the personal life is his personal life, but him as a person, I've known for a long time and I've watched him grow, and it's like, I'm really proud of him. Now, I don't get into the personal life or relationship status or whatever, some people you just don't click with. You're not going to do that with because that's not my business. Now, if people want to talk about something, I'm here. You get in your head and you start thinking too much. You start going down a dark path. I know I've been there. I wouldn't speak on this topic. I might really get some people here in a minute with this one. I'm going to put your toes to the fire. Are you the reason someone feels inadequate to the point where they don't want to exist? Stop it. You're an asshole. You're a bully. No, I don't like and condone negative behavior, and I've got a lot to work on, but I don't with others. I don't like that, and I don't condone it. Certain things you have to be stride and strong and true in. Stand up for what you believe in, but if it involves hurting someone, don't. Many types of bullyism exist in this world, whether you think it or whether you don't. Physical, the biggest one is mental. You never touch a person and you get them to do what they don't want to do. Manipulation. There's so many. It drives me nuts. I don't do the bully thing. I'm talking to the point where you're, come on, give me your lunch money type bullies. Like, on that heel alone, I'll defend it. When you get mentally inside somebody, or you find out that you've done it, and you didn't mean to, you were just mad, and you realize that something mentally, you might have said, hey, that's a strong, mature person to understand that part, but let me tell you something. That's a deep thing to do. It's kind of like not knowing somebody, but pushing them to the brink of you cause their mental status to go 5150 type. You know what I'm saying? If you're the reason somebody goes psycho, now they are responsible for their own actions no matter what they do. But listen, I told you, I believe anyway, if you cause that person to get deep inside of their head, sure, I'll try not to cry. But that's a wrong thing to do, to push somebody to the point of the brink, to make it look like it was always them. And even though they may even have needed help or needed something, if you are that person, after you know they've gotten deep in their own mind, especially if you knew you were the reason. But if you find out you're the reason somebody snapped, I hope you can't sleep at night. They are responsible for their own actions. I'm not saying I condone any behavior. I'm saying bully. Remember, I'm speaking from experience. Whether it be a situation or something I was in myself. That's another thing. Self-harm. Hey, it's out there whether you laugh at it, whether you think people can't be strong. Oh, real people deal with problems. We don't even tell nobody. I don't want to hear that crap. Now, you may say, well, you don't want to hear it. It's still true. That's why you don't want to hear it. I'm not arguing with anyone over anything. My experience tells me the more I gripe and complain, the more problems are going to be. I got to be the problem solver, because in the end, the biggest thing stopping me is me. I got in my head. Started thinking I couldn't do things that I didn't know I could do, or I knew that I could do, and it drove me nuts because I couldn't do them, or I did them, you know? Kind of stuck right there. More than anything, what we need to understand is sometimes we need to see ourselves from different angles, different perspectives, different points of view, because what's really important is knowing what others see when they see you. Not to change it, not to hide it, but to embrace it. When you get in your head and you start letting others dictate what you think, you start thinking, okay, I got to do what they say. I got to do. You feel inadequate. And if somebody ever looks at you and says something like, obey me. Obey me? No. When you got that feeling, that gut feeling, as I have experience with some friends, we've talked about certain things here recently. That gut feeling is real. Trust it. It's like, here's your first brain, right? Your gut, right? I know I'm fat, but I'm trying to tell you the truth about what I'm saying here. But your gut. But then you got your second brain, right? A cousin told me that. And I got to thinking, he's right. But sometimes perspectives. But things are quite different when you see them from different angles. No? Don't tell me they're not. Well, I'm gotten uglier, huh? He's a lot more hairier than we thought, right? Listen, stop being mean to people, and stop being mean most of all to yourself. You owe it to yourself to pick yourself up. I know you've been through this, and I know you've been through that, and it ain't for me to say anything. Quit doing that. But I will tell you, if you have something that has pulled you out of the depth, if you have something, whether it's you or a church service, a Bible service, reading the Bible, having someone talk to you, just anything in general for that matter, if you have something that has pulled you out of the trenches and made you want to tell your story, please tell your story, tell your testimony, because listen, I always say listen because I'm speaking to myself. Sometimes I think I talk too much and I need to listen, so I say that. But with that being said, don't be afraid to tell your story, because one day your story will not only be your testimony, but it will see that someone else recognizes it. And they'll see it as success. Don't be afraid to tell your story. Somebody's going to see it as a successful story one day. Remember that. If you are in a place that you have that's deep in your mind, in your own mind, and you can't get out of it, or you have gotten out of it, or perhaps you're in it at this very moment while you're watching this, it's going to be okay. I told my buddy recently, it's okay to not be okay. I've said that before and shared it with other people, but he needed to hear it. He believes that and he knows that. I've had others tell me they know that. Be smart. Be smart. Be smart. Please be smart. You mean something. You are somebody. When you get in your mind too deep and too far and you stay alone, it does no good for man to be completely alone over periods of time. I know, and if you don't, you're going to go there. Maybe you know it more than I do, but already we should know that. Once again, if you don't, it's going to be a rude awakening, folks. I say man, I mean human, humans, woman, brethren, sisters, everybody. Being alone sometimes can change people to the point where they can't come back, or it changes them for good. If you're going to be alone and you're going to do things alone, make it for good and make it be something that you can work on for yourself, whatever it may be, a goal from cutting grass to cutting carbs, whatever it is, ignoring people or listening to sound advice. I'm going to touch another topic one day called constructive criticism. That's another thing that we got to work on. If you can't understand that, I'll make a podcast about it and I'll talk about it. Don't allow others to make you feel the way you feel all the time. Don't allow others to make you feel the way you feel. Period. Now, you can be mad because somebody made you mad. You can get glad and happy and this and that. Just in a small point. But I'm talking to the point where it makes you get in your head and question your own sanity, or makes them question their own life because you are such an asshole. Don't do it. Folks, that's all I've got for you today. It's going to be quite a short show. I hope you have a fantastic Friday, and I hope, once again, that whatever you're going through, please heal from. Please understand that it is okay to not be okay. I know I'm like repetitive, right? Somebody needs to hear it. You're loved. You're needed. People are inspired by you. People look at you. When you want to give up, really question things, not the sorry part of it, or the good part of it, and really look. You're important. You're important. Did I say that? Let me say it one more. You're important, folks. Every one of you. I don't have to know your issues or problems or situations or conversations, what you pray about, what you don't pray about. You are important. That's all I got for you. Stay out of your mind. Sometimes it can be quite horrific or traumatizing place. And it's all about being alone. What are the 3 words that I say week after week after week? Love, peace, chicken grease. Later, guys, and thanks for watching.
Presentation.